Unqualified Heroes! Do. Well, what do you know? A podcast without my co-host. You know why? He's been dropped down from co-host because he doesn't show up to his episodes anymore. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about or even who's talking, I'm Daniel Perez. I am apparently now the only host of Unqualified Heroes, and joined with me is our very special guest, Messi Morales.
Yes, sir! I am back! The best co-host of Unqualified Heroes. Everybody said I suck, but everybody sucked my nuts. I do apologize.
This guy missed our guest episode talking about spoilers for Spider-Verse, where we just talked about this movie. This man let us down.
And I do apologize. I was having really, really bad Wi-Fi signal where I was at the moment.
So there you have it, guys. This is why you invest in Wi-Fi. Don't be like Messi and don't get that 100 Wi-Fi.
Yeah. But because I wasn't on the I was, but I wasn't because I was there for like 2 seconds.
He was listening. He was listening as an audience.
Listening. Because I didn't give my honest review to the movie on that episode, I'm just gonna say it in 2 or 3 words. The movie was awesome.
It was. You're right.
Very, very.
It was phenomenal.
Good. That's it.
But now, I gotta know a little bit more because we were gonna go so in depth and hear your opinions.
I mean, are we gonna do another part 2 of the?
Well, I'm not gonna say my stuff, but I just want to hear anything that you have to say about the movie. What you think about the ending? What you think about the middle? The animation? I don't know. Tell the world what what Messi's mind thinks about this movie.
The beginning was awesome. I love the whole beginning with Gwen Stacy. Beautiful. We got to see her side of the story. Awesome.
She is
beautiful. Miles Morales comes in. He got taller. He's doing his own Spider-Man thing for like a year and a half and whatever, beating that villain of the week type of deal. And then the cow/Dalmatian guy shows up. Dude, I saw him. It's like this guy's gonna be like OP for some reason. I didn't know why, but he can be just like the main bad guy, quote unquote. The director said this guy's the main bad guy of the movie. It's like this guy can be like just a store robber. Like, and eventually we got the OP spot. That guy. I heard. I think it was Jordan said. It will be weird to see him on live action. I do agree with him. I think like there's some villains between animation and live action that should be kept separate from that. I do agree with him on that part. Besides the point, Miguel can suck my nuts. He approached this situation in the wrong way. There's some stuff that I didn't like that he did. Like, why would he tell Miles that his dad's gonna die? Why will you tell him that? It's gonna happen whether you tell him or not. But you told him, now he's doing everything that he's doing, so that's your fault. And then a friend of ours, Sean, you've been here, whatever, said that Peter P. Parker and Gwen Stacy were stabbing him on the back because they didn't tell him, but they knew what could happen if they told him. Exactly. So everybody stabbing in the back. Yet again, he's the most powerful Spider-Man. It was proven on this movie because, as y'all know, if you saw the movie, spoilers, sorry, you've been warned, so late.
Whoops.
That he beat almost every...
By the time this episode comes out, you should have already seen this movie.
If you haven't seen it, you live under a rock. He has smarted every Spider-Man, so every other Spider-Man that we see in live action or video game or a TV show sucks. Because, as we know, Miles Morales outsmarted everybody. And no one could stop him. Literally nobody could have stopped him on that whole sequence of fighting. I was like, dude, Morales. I'm a Morales.
I'm a Morales.
Yes, sir. The ending, a little drag. It dragged a little bit more than I thought. It felt a little bit longer. Because I thought there was like multiple moments of like the movie. Okay, the movie's gonna end right here, end credits, whatever. But I didn't. I did it multiple times. I was not expecting the live action cameos on the movie. The Prowler got me blown. I was not expecting that whatsoever. That was a catch me off guard. I like that part than any other live action Spider-Man. Even though there were some, but they weren't like actual cameos. They were just flashbacks of old movies. The ending, Miles Morales being Prowler, catch me off guard too. Was not expecting that either. I did see the movie for the second time, and we actually saw Miles Morales as the Prowler before the ending. There was a glimpse of when Spots was talking about everything about the spider, how it was brought from another universe and whatever. There's a glimpse when the spider leaves that moment of where it was to Earth 1610 from Miles Morales. The guy that was there was the guy with dreads, or whatever it's called. That was Miles Morales. So could be Miles Morales could have been the Spider-Man of that universe because it was close to him at the moment that it traveled to.
So you're saying the spider should have bit dreadlocked Miles, but it accidentally went to another
and it actually
universe.
been another Miles Morales. Interesting, right?
That is interesting.
I don't know, but I wasn't expecting that. That is a cool ending. And then we got to see some OG Spider-Mans from the first movie. Peter Porker, that's me, according to Elu. We got Spider-Man Noir, I think that's how you say his name. The black and white Noir. Yeah, Noir.
Maybe it's
black and white
Noir.
Spider-Man.
I don't know.
That's better. And oh my god, so many Spider-Mans. Oh my god, so many Spider-Mans. But yeah, I don't want to keep talking about Spider-Mans because it's going to be the whole day. But we're going to be talking about another movie that fans are expecting and cannot get here any sooner. You get it? Because
wait. Before we go
Okay.
into that, I got one more thing to
Okay.
say because I thought it was really interesting. Maybe you noticed it. I didn't notice it in the first movie just because you're just being overly stimulated by this movie. But someone like freeze framed in a post. I don't know who it was. Sorry, can't shout you out. But whenever they were showing Spot, like kind of like what would happen in the future in Miles's world, they did a freeze frame, and there was like a bunch of dead Spider-Man all over the city, and then Spot was like in the air looking all menacing. So
that's very
I didn't see it either.
That's very
so apparently
dark. That's very dark.
we could be seeing a lot of dead Spider-Man in this next movie, which was, I mean, that's dark for a film. So
I mean, it also showed that the captain's gonna die of Miles Morales. It could be just visions because come on, they be predicting that Miles Morales that's gonna die, and I don't think it's gonna happen. It's like too predictable at this moment. Or
I did say he was gonna die in this movie, and he
yeah,
didn't.
you did say that, but it didn't. But I don't know. I think both ways are too predictable. If you think about it, it's predictable in the sense that like, it's not gonna happen because they foreshadowing early in the movie, and the second one is gonna save him because he's doing something that's gonna prevent it. That's cliche, but the cliche part is also saying that he's gonna die and he dies. So there's no really good way.
Yeah, you could go either
but
way.
I think he's gonna save him. I don't think he's gonna die. But yeah. I don't think he's gonna die.
Okay. Well, like you were saying, we are going to be talking about another movie that's coming next week. So be ready, and that is The Flash. Oh.
The Flash.
The Flash.
Yeah.
Just like The Flash, we went back in time and pretended it never happened.
Flashpoint.
So
Qualified Heroes Point.
Flashpoint. But yeah, so The Flash is coming out next Friday. Well, I don't know why people say, here's Why do people say Friday anymore? Because it used to be midnight premieres. Now you're having showings as early as 3 o'clock on Thursday. Dude, just say it comes out on Thursday now.
It's not even a
makes no
premiere
sense.
night no more. It's just a regular.
Exactly. It's an afternoon.
It's just a regular day.
It's premiere afternoon. I'm like, bro, it's just a regular day. So it comes out on Friday, but really comes out Thursday, unless you're special and you've already seen it, which F you.
I thought wait,
but
before you say that, I have a friend that goes to my church and whatever. He actually got tickets to see the movie tomorrow, and he was nice enough to offer me those tickets to go see it. The thing is, I can't go because it's 2 hours away from where I live, and it's like literally an hour before I get out of work. So I get out of work at 6, and the movie says 7:30. I am not gonna make it on time to go see it. So I was gonna miss like the first 30 minutes of the movie. I was like, nah.
Oh my god! How the heck did you get tickets?
I guess he does like early screenings a lot, and then they give him tickets.
Okay.
But I was fortunate enough to have a good friend like this guy to offer me tickets to go see it early enough. But I am going to stick it with the fans. Not fans, nerd as me to go see it
with the normies. With the
With
normies.
But yeah. So Flash is coming next Thursday, not Friday. Thursday.
Yeah.
Sooner than you think.
So yeah, we're gonna go into all our predictions, theories, and just talk about this movie. But before that, I keep on foreshadowing that we're gonna talk, but we don't talk about it. So here's another before that. There is breaking news that happened. I would say either late last night or early this morning. I don't think you know this, Messi, but because we haven't talked about this. We know the director and the writer for The Brave and the Bold of Batman, James Gunn's DCU Batman.
Well, I think I heard who the director is.
It's official. This is official confirmation.
Well, let me know if I'm wrong because I heard something about it, but I didn't hear it last night. So I heard it like earlier in the week. Isn't it the director of The Flash? Okay,
it is.
Okay, so the predictions were right. So that's cool. So he must be that good.
He must be that good. Andy, I can't pronounce his last name, but Andy, the director of The Flash, is now going to be the director of The Brave and the Bold, James Gunn's DCU. So, and James Gunn we trust. So I mean, if everyone's been raving about this movie, like all these celebrities and stuff, so this is now just
something good.
This is just more oil to the fire, basically saying like his stuff is good. So I'm excited for that. That's going to be really cool. I know The Brave and the Bold is this big movie that everyone's been waiting for. Additionally, the writer for The Flash, her name, I don't know her last name, but her first name is Christina. She is one of the main writer, if not the main writer for The Flash, is going to be writing the script for The Brave and the Bold.
Interesting.
So they literally just grabbed the same people and said, make The Brave and the Bold.
I'm guessing, well...
So this got to be a good movie. The Flash has got to be good.
Flash is, it has to be a good movie for him to be like, okay, you did good here. Let's make something greater.
You did good, and your writer did good. Both of you stay together and make this other movie.
Okay, question with that, because they're using the same writer and director, and sometimes when they do that, they also bring, like James Gunn does, he brings actors from previous projects. Do you think if they either reboot The Flash or they keep Ezra Miller, you think Ezra Miller will be back as The Flash with the same director on the Batman movie? Or anything corny, because James Gunn has said when he does Superman Legacy, there will be already established superheroes already in his world, his Earth, whatever Earth he's doing. So Flash, Batman, whatever, Wonder Woman, they're already established. They're not. Hopefully, they don't do origin stories because we already seen so many origin stories of these characters. I think they should do like with Spider-Man with Tom Holland. Just start right away. Do you think they will bring Ezra Miller back if they do keep him?
Ooh, man, that is interesting. If they keep him, well, this goes into the question: do they keep him? I think they do keep him. I think just with what directors have already look before this movie started getting press and not press, but like people started getting early screenings to it and stuff like that. They're like, oh, we don't know our decision on Ezra yet, and blah blah blah. Like it was very vague, and a lot of us were like, oh, well, that's because they don't want to make the movie bomb if they say he's not going to be back. I'm almost 100% certain the director had already came out and said Ezra's staying for The Flash. And that there's already like they're already working on The Flash too. Almost certain about that. So
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they working on the second one?
I think they said that they were all it was like in pre-production or, very early stages, but already working on the second one.
Following up on that, so with the people that were already upset of they bringing and firing actors as Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa, he didn't get fired or brought back. He just did. I don't think he cares about
Ben
Affleck as well. With those people quote unquote there and not there, specifically for Henry Cavill. What are the people fans of the Zack Snyder people like? We're fans of them, of his movie, but we don't really care like that, like Sean does. But there's a lot of people that do really care. So my question is, how do people will feel with everything that Ezra Miller has done outside of movies with all his charges and whatever felonies that he has done? Why will fans really care about Ezra if they don't want to keep Henry? And just keep him.
I think they're just gonna get over it. Either that or there's just gonna be a small enough crowd to where it won't make an effect. Because we haven't really heard anything much in the past couple weeks at least. Yeah. I'd say I haven't, at least in the past 2 weeks. I haven't heard anything. As we get closer to this movie, I haven't heard like, oh, we're gonna riot this movie. That was all like way back then when the trailer first came out and they still stuck with it. Now the movie's about to come out, and I feel like that crowd has dwindled down.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
I have a theory, and this could be like a really, really sneaky way of doing it. And I think if this actually happens, everyone will lose their shit.
Okay.
Henry Cavill never got fired. Henry Cavill appeared on The Flash, and Henry Cavill.
Hey, whoa! That's my theory. I was saving that when we were having predictions for the movie.
Sorry, I took it first.
Oh
Henry Cavill will make an appearance on Superman, on the Flash movie, and will also continuing Elseworld Superman, because yet again he quit The Witcher. The unknown reasons, because we don't really know. I don't think that he has come out and said why he left the show. But it was the same time around when he announced his return as Superman, when Black Adam stuff happened. And what makes sense of that theory of, I'm sorry I stole that from you. You didn't tell me. I told you to tell me what you had. You didn't tell me what you had.
No.
So this is very unscripted podcast.
Oh my gosh, you just stole my. Okay. Preface: before we started this episode, he's like, "Tell me your theories, and I'll tell you mine, so we know each other's stuff, so we don't take it." And I was like, "Nah, you're not gonna take it."
And I took it. I took it. I told you. Didn't I tell you? I tell you. Whatever. You can suck my nuts. Henry Cavill will make an appearance on this movie, maybe for the last time, but maybe not. Maybe. If they're continuing other Elseworld stuff, why can't they continue Zack Snyder as Elseworld?
That was my theory. So yeah, you're right. I hate you, but yeah, I think. Look, every screening that has happened, they said there will only be one screening, just a couple days before, that has the true ending of this movie.
Because it's so
Every
big.
screening that has already happened does not have the true ending of this movie. They have they don't have the post-credit scene and they don't have the actual ending. So everyone else has seen fake alternate endings. I don't know, which is kind of cool too, because you get to see two different endings. But there's something big.
Something big.
That they are hiding. They are hiding something massive. So what is it? I thought it was going to be Henry Cavill, and apparently Messi does too.
Hey, I think
I don't know their plan for it. I don't know if this is just a one-off thing or if this is for future stuff. But I do think Henry Cavill will show up at some point.
hopefully he does. Okay. Before we continue with what I was gonna say, are we gonna jump into the Flash theory, or do you have any other news that you want to talk about before we?
No. We're jumping
Okay.
into
All right,
into
guys,
theories.
we're
now.
going through theories now. I don't know if you. Okay, you go now. What do you have any other theories, or you want to keep talking about that one?
I had two theories. You took
Okay.
one of them, so I got one more theory, and maybe this is far fetched. I don't know. It's kind of funny because it has to deal with the villain again. I said in my Spider-Verse theory that Spot was a variant of Spider-Man, and that was not correct.
You're so way off, bro.
I'm doubling down with the Flash. The alternate version of Barry that we see with this other Barry will actually be revealed to be the Reverse Flash.
Okay, now you took my theory. I was gonna say that. I literally have it up right here.
Suck my nuts. That's what you get. Suck my
Dude.
balls. My left testicle.
I have half of that theory. I didn't. Yes, my theory was that Reverse Flash was gonna make an appearance because the main villain on the Flashpoint is Reverse Flash. He creates a paradox or a new world or a new time. So Barry is not the Flash. He's the only person. I mean, the biggest, pettiest villain ever is the Reverse Flash. That's why he created that thing. So it makes sense for him to make an appearance. But I didn't think about it like that. The other half or the other Barry could be the Reverse Flash. That would be cool.
It would be cool. I just think it's. I don't know. I just think it would be a cool reveal.
Maybe that's the big reveal. Maybe that's because he's a big deal. Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash
Is a big deal. Look at
Reverse Flash stuck with CW for all 9 seasons.
That's how big deal he is. I think I think out of all the villains, he's the best one of the Flash. And I love.
I think Zoom is the best one. But
Zoom was only a 1 season thing. The Reverse Flash wasn't.
and it was the best season.
Yeah, after that it went downhill. But I love. Okay, so this is CW Flash. I love because we don't really talk about the CW because I think that show is crap. But
You're
I
right.
think the Flash. Oh my God, Grant Gustin is
Gustin.
the best Flash ever. But the show sucks. It's not good enough for me to watch it. But I love how they ended Eborn Thorn on that episode when he
Thawne.
isn't that his name? Eborn.
You said Thorn.
Thawne.
It's Thawne.
Shut up. Eborn Thawne. On 2014. That's when the show came out. Yeah, and they showed the Reverse Flash facing stopping that time Barry, and then they did the opposite again on showing the future and the past at the same time on that episode.
That
That
was
was
That was one of my favorite episodes since season 3,
it was a very
and that was season 9. That was a phenomenal episode. That I was like, oh my god, they're tying. This is what we saw in the season 1 finale, so it was really cool to see.
that could have been an awesome ending to the show. But yet again, they did 3 more episodes and they ruined it. Yeah, let's not talk about that show. The show is crap. It's very crap.
Speaking of Grant Gustin, I don't know if this has to do with your theories or predictions,
Grant Gustin
but
is
do
not.
you think Grant Gustin? You don't think he shows up in this movie?
And when they release the script on Reddit, I read it, and he was in. Like there was lines of the Flash of CW. I don't know no anymore. He said he wasn't, but yet again, we can't trust actors because look at Andrew
Yeah.
Garfield saying, "Oh, that's CGI. That's not me." Dumbass is on the freaking movie. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I will love him to be in it, and if he's not, I would not be bummed. But I would like him to see. I would like to see him as a Flash, and the big screen. I would like to see him on the big screen.
I think he shows up. I think he shows up and does a quick cameo the same way
Ezra did on his.
Ezra Miller
show.
did in the CW. I also think, here's my last theory.
I thought you had two.
Yeah, well, I just came up with that. So, because you took my first. I also think Nicolas Cage's Superman makes a cameo.
Maybe. My theory falls a little bit on that, but not specifically on Nicolas Cage. My theory was they were gonna do something similar of what they did on the Spider-Verse movie. They're gonna bring back or cameo old actors who played characters on DC. So like how they did on Wonder Woman, they showed the OG Wonder Woman on Wonder Woman 1880 whatever. They show the OG Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
They're bringing back Michael Keaton as Batman. I have a theory about that. I don't think he's Bruce Wayne Batman. I think he's Thomas Wayne Batman. But with,
You don't think
I
he's
don't think
Bruce
it's
Wayne?
I think it's Thomas Wayne. They don't say his name at all. They say it's Batman.
They
They
don't.
say Batman, but I think that's Thomas Wayne Batman. Because of Flashpoint, he's Thomas Wayne, not Bruce Wayne. But that's another theory I want to talk about later. But yeah, I think they're going to bring back old actors who play DC characters and gonna put them in the movie for at least for like a cameo or something. Remember, this is a multiverse, time travel movie type of thing. So it will be a cool thing. It will be a cool thing to see a Joker, but not
I don't think we see a Joker.
But seeing Martha Wayne as Joker. It will be pretty cool. Because Martha Wayne is the Joker of Flashpoint. And Thomas Wayne is Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Martha Wayne is the Joker?
Yeah. Because she goes so crazy after the death
dark.
of Bruce Wayne. Because Bruce Wayne is the person who dies in the alley. And
Yeah.
she goes so crazy about that she becomes the Joker. And then Thomas Wayne becomes the Batman. And Diana and Arthur fall in love. But then they have a war. That's what the war is ending because of them. And then villains become heroes, trying to stop the war from happening. You should watch the Flashpoint, the animated movie, before watching this. See how similar they are. Because the suit that he has by the end of Flashpoint is the same suit that he has in the movie.
Like that red suit?
With the yellow lines.
The smooth one?
I don't know this one. With the yellow lines, like going around his body.
Oh,
That
okay,
suit.
okay.
That suit is on the animated movie. Yeah, watch that. Okay, Thomas Wayne is the Batman. Michael Keaton's Batman is Thomas Wayne. I don't think he's Thomas Wayne. I mean, I don't think he's Bruce Wayne from the old movie that we saw from him. He's Thomas Wayne. He's Bruce Wayne's dad.
I'd dig it.
I-
That'd be interesting because we're already getting a Bruce Wayne with Ben Affleck.
so
And if you're traveling doing this Flashpoint multiverse thing, it'd make a lot of sense.
yeah, because I don't think he's going to another Earth.
You don't think it's
I don't think it's
Earth?
a different Earth because Flash.
Where'd this other Barry come from?
That's the thing that doesn't make sense either. It's a Flashpoint movie, but there's another Barry.
Because it's the Reverse Flash.
Wait, what's my? There you go. I'm off frame. It could be. So that's the thing that I don't really understand. It's a Flashpoint movie, but it's really not. So does he time travel? Because he's talking about time travel in the beginning of the trailer
Right.
with Ben.
Is he going to another Earth or is he time
That's the
traveling?
question. Because why would we?
Or maybe he's doing both.
I don't think it's both. I think Okay, so let's work.
There would be too many Superman and Batmans to do only time travel.
Because I don't think can the Flash go that fast to jump to another universe? I don't think he can. I know he can time travel, but I don't think he can jump to another universe. Is he that fast? Or is that even that possible?
Maybe the Flash does it in the CW
With the Vive equipment.
I guess that's true. Maybe he has the equipment. Is Batman? Batman got equipment.
I don't know. That's a very good question. Because he's talking about time travel, but yet again there's another Barry. But what if when he does time travel, but that makes no sense because both Barry have powers.
Exactly.
I don't get it. I don't. That's
That's why it's the Reverse Flash.
It could be the Reverse Flash, yes, but let's think about it without being the Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash is not an option right now.
Well, then it just doesn't make sense.
Exactly. I don't know.
I don't know. Do you think that a Batman dies in this movie?
I did not mean to press that. I got so scared. Like, what the?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that scared me. I don't know. I don't think maybe Michael Keaton. I don't know. I don't think Ben does. Or if he does, then I think his death will be really that. I think his death wouldn't be that great. That impactful.
I don't think so either.
Or,
I don't think he would die because like you said, it wouldn't be as impactful. However, although it wouldn't be as impactful if Michael Keaton's Batman died, it's also just Michael Keaton's Batman. So like,
I mean, he's just basically there for nostalgia because,
yeah. So if he died, it could make sense for them.
If he is Bruce Wayne Batman, I think it would have been more impactful because he plays Bruce Wayne on his movie. He doesn't play another Batman. I don't know. I honestly don't think a Batman dying will be that impactful for any of them. Because I don't think they have been long enough playing the character for us to really, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, how many people can you say Michael Keaton was a great Batman? I don't think he's really in the conversation for it. Like,
it's just nostalgia.
Exactly. Like, I don't ever heard that conversation happening. Like, Batman. I heard Batfleck. Batfleck is up there for some people. That he's a really good Batman. I think he's one of the not the most comic.
He's up there.
Accurate.
He just hasn't gotten a solo film for us to like really see.
The only thing that we got is Batman v Superman. Suck. And then we got Justice League. Suck. And then we got Zack Snyder Justice League, and that's pretty much it. But if they die, they die. I don't think there's a really impactful scenario for me to feel like, oh shit, they died.
I wonder. I got such high hopes for everything I hear about this movie. Just makes my expectations higher. One, it's the Flash. The Flash is one of the best DC characters to me personally, if not my favorite DC character. And now James Gunn, after seeing his trilogy completed, like what him automatically making the writer and the director be like, yo, you're directing the new Batman. That also means I think that he did a good job with the Batman in this movie. Because if he's directing the new Batman, I think he had to have some sort of, I don't know, creative style with the Batman that are shown in this movie.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I don't know. I'm pretty excited. I do got a. Do you have any other
I have a
predictions?
question. Do you think
Okay.
any other superheroes from the DCEU will show up on this movie, like Shazam, Black Adam,
Wonder Woman, but
Uh,
I do think Wonder Woman
I think
shows
she
up.
was a theory.
I thought that was already a
Yeah.
theory. Yeah. So I think she shows up, but that's
You
it.
don't think nobody else?
And possibly Henry Cavill, which was my theory earlier. But yeah.
Because I'm looking here right now, and some people saying that Black Adam could show up on this.
If Black Adam shows up in this, nah, there ain't no way. There ain't no
This
way.
is a good one. Red Death showing up. Ben Affleck becoming Red Death.
Ooh, Ben Affleck becoming Red Death. That's interesting.
Somehow he messed up something he's going back to his regular Earth or timeline, and because remember on the CW show when he returns from the Flashpoint that he created, it wasn't the same. There's
Yeah.
some stuff happened. They were different. Like, even Jay Garrick explained to him with a cup. I remember that scene like it was yesterday. Oh my god, it was. He broke a glass of cup or a teacup or something. I don't know. And
Yeah.
he tried to put it back together, and he did, but you still some cracks. Like it's not perfect, but it's back together. Maybe something happens with that. Maybe Red Death, an actual good Red Death.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Red Death that was in the
Yeah.
CW. So that was
Crap.
horrendous.
But yeah, what do you think about that? Red Death coming.
I like that one. That one will be
I think
interesting.
it has a
However,
very low-
that means Ben Affleck would have to continue playing. I just don't think he's. I think he's
I think
done.
it's done after this.
I do think he's done.
I think he's
I
having
think
fun
it's-
directing movies than being on them.
Yeah, I
He
think
did
so
good on
too.
Air. I don't know if you saw that one, but Air,
I haven't seen it.
it's on Prime right now. Yeah,
It's on Prime?
That was my reaction. It's on Prime. I saw it as soon as I found out it was on Prime. It's a really good movie. I think he's having fun directing. Him and Matt Damon are a very good duo. But I don't know. I don't know if Ben Affleck will be Red Death. That could be a cool theory to see unraveling.
Do you think this movie crosses $1 billion?
Yes.
I think so too.
Maybe if it doesn't, we'll be super close to it.
I think it crosses $1 billion. There's too many good reviews, and I think one of the major things of a movie succeeding is word of mouth and like word of social media. I think once people see this, there's already been raving reviews. Once people see this, there's going to continue to be raving reviews. People are going to want to see it again. More people that weren't planning on seeing it are going to see it. It's going to cross $1 billion.
I mean, it could happen.
Wait. Let me ask you this: do you think Across the Spider-Verse makes hold on? How much did the first one make? I
I
have
don't
to
know if
look
it
it
got
up.
to the billion.
So, Into the Spider-Verse made worldwide. This number is crazy. Worldwide, it made $384 million. So it wasn't even halfway to $1 billion. Into the Spider-Verse, one of the greatest Spider-Man movies. Well, to other people, not necessarily to me, but to other people.
I
Only
have a
384.
reason of why it could be that low.
Because it was the first one.
It could be because of the first one. Yet again, my reason is because it's Sony. Sony didn't really had that good track of movies coming out great. The movies before that was Amazing and Amazing Spider-Man 2. They were good for some people, but majority of the people didn't really like the movies, and after that, they kind of lose hope. And again, it's an animated movie, so people initially, okay, it's a kids movie. Why would I invest in it?
Yeah.
But after seeing it, people was like, this movie's really good. Maybe the second one. I think the second one will make way more.
I think it makes. Do you think it hits $1 billion? I think it hits $1
Looking at the
billion.
numbers of the first one, it could be close to it. But me thinking that's like this movie is great, and I have not heard a bad review whatsoever of this movie, I think it would.
Well, we didn't hear a bad review of Into the Spider-Verse either.
Exactly. But yet again, it falls on this.
I will say it has, for its opening weekend, Across the Spider-Verse tripled the amount that the Into the Spider-Verse opening weekend made.
Yeah, they're 120
I believe,
something like that million.
Yeah, it was triple of what Into the Spider-Verse made. So, say if we go by those numbers, if we triple 384, it'll hit $1 billion. But like, not by much, but it'll hit $1 billion. So, I think this hits that mark, but not a lot. And I hope they do. It was. If you guys don't know this, I know Messi knows because I had talked to him about it. Across the Spider-Verse, the highest rated movie on IMDb of all time. Highest rated movie on IMDb of all time. Which is like a big movie reviewer website. Letterboxd, which is basically where non-official critics review movies. #1 movie rated of all time on Letterboxd. I don't know how long Letterboxd has been alive, at least for a couple years. But right, I know in the top 5 you have like 2 Godfather movies. So this is like, we're talking about legit stuff. Into the Spider-Verse, I believe, was 8 or 9 of all time on Letterboxd. Across the Spider-Verse is #1. Yeah. We're talking like unprecedented numbers for this movie and high reviews for this movie. It has higher reviews than Infinity War, higher reviews than Endgame, higher reviews than Godfather, higher reviews than any movie you could think of. So, I think it's $1 billion.
For an animated movie, this is a very good win for animated movie. It's a very good win. Watching this, I have a little bit of hope that Ninja Turtles will be good.
I think Ninja Turtles will be good. Seth Rogen, I think he's done a good job as a director. Is this his first time as a director? No, I think he's directed.
Is he directing this movie? Is he directing this movie? You sure?
Yeah, Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Producer.
I'm pretty sure he's directed other stuff.
He has.
I'm not 100.
Done stuff. Ninja Turtles.
I'm gonna see what else he's directed. He didn't direct Mario's, but
He was in it.
Kung Fu. No, he didn't direct Kung Fu Panda, but his thing showed up for there.
He's a
Point
producer. He's not a director.
Producer.
Yes.
So he's not directing it. Who's directing it?
Jeff Rowe and Kyler Spears.
Oh, well.
Fun fact.
Never mind that. Everything I said meant nothing. Anyways, yeah, I think Ninja Turtles will be good. I've seen the trailer in the big screen when I was watching Spider-Verse, when I watched The Little Mermaid. I did watch Little Mermaid. So
the new one?
I did. She was a very good actor, and her voice was phenomenal. I think CGI fell very, very flat. It was after watching some good CGI this summer, and then watching that CGI, I was not impressed. But it
was. I saw it.
It wasn't a bad movie. All those woke people or like anti-woke people, I don't know. Point is, I don't think there was anything that was like political or anything on either side. I don't think there was any sort of politicalness on one side or the other side.
It's so funny that this movie was. I don't think they were trying to push an agenda. Yes, it's funny at this point that all the redheads are gone and they were just being replaced by black people. At this point, it's funny to me.
It's kind of funny.
I don't see it as a thing, but I did see online that people are saying why and also this question was asked to the actor who plays Miles Morales. Why is it always one color person always falling for a white person? Why is always why are they trying to push interracial relationships instead of pushing black and black love?
What do you say?
He didn't like he didn't get the point because the movement and making everybody feel comfortable and connected and comfortable. I guess comfortable twice, and make it feel they're good. And I think make it feel everything normal, not everything black with black or white with white or Spanish with Spanish or Indian and Chinese are. It's good to mix the whole pot, and we are all one. That's the whole point of the movement. Love, right? You love everybody equally.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he said, but my point is, why is that a bad thing? Black and white people have been interracial relationship forever, even back in the days, like really back in the days, when you and I weren't even born, and they weren't even born. It's you're attracted to a person, not really determined of the color of the skins. So to the people who are complaining about that, get a life. Go get a life. Get a life.
Yeah, honestly, this movie, it was literally just a normal movie. There was nothing, no agenda there. There was no politicalness there. The only thing is, I would say, is that now black people have a princess that they can look up to, which is cool.
They have one. Prince Tiana.
Tiana? Yeah, but apparently Tiana's not good enough. So now they have Little Mermaid, and they can look up to her, and that's cool because we all want someone to look up to.
I went to Magic Kingdom the other day, and on Magic Kingdom they have the Little Mermaid. Me being funny, don't at me. I ask, when are they gonna recast the mermaid?
Oh no!
Because they still have the original animated form, but yet again they have toys of the Little Mermaid on Disney, the Black Mermaid, like as oh my god, what's her name?
Halle
Berry. And I'm like,
she's beautiful.
She's very attractive, and her voice, top notch. My girlfriend,
her voice is amazing. I was like, when she sang the very first song, I was like, oh. Yeah. Damn!
I was like, this is why she got casted. This is 100%.
That's why she got casted. That's why she got casted. Not for any political reason. She got casted because she's good as hell, and she was good as hell. Although the Sebastian was actually kind of cheeks, which sucked because I love Sebastian as a character, little crab.
I think the whole movie was crap. It's good. It's crap, but I like her a lot. Like, she made the movie.
My wife, who said Little Mermaid is her favorite character growing up as a kid. And she was really excited to see this movie. She was like, oh, I can't wait to see this movie. Halle Berry looks awesome. This, even though trailers kind of look, like, she was really excited for Halle Berry and Little Mermaid in general, because she's like, I grew up with Little Mermaid. I had Little Mermaid bed sheets. I was like, okay, good for you. Anyways, but she gave it a 6 out of 10. And she was like, it really didn't. She said in her own words, it really didn't do it for me. So that's kind of what she thought of Little Mermaid, and she loves Little Mermaid. And I was actually excited. It's not like she was hating on this movie. She was genuinely excited for this movie. So
I know.
It was just
I know we're way off topic, but I do want to ask you this: have you seen all the live action Disney movies that they have remake?
I've seen just about every single one.
So it's Lion King. There is Aladdin, Little Mermaid,
Beauty and the Beast.
I haven't seen that one, but I heard it's really good.
That's a good
Beauty
one.
and the Beast. What else? That's not it. I think there's more.
There's a bunch, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Out of all the ones that you have seen, which one do you think has the best live action movie remake?
Which one was my favorite and which one I think was the best are two different movies. The same way with Spider-Man. I think Across the Spider-Verse was the best Spider-Man movie ever made, but it wasn't my favorite. So I have two different answers. My favorite live action that they've had was Lion King. I I loved Lion King growing up, and so just seeing it in live action, even though I don't know, nothing really changed. I just love Lion King, so I was like, oh, I liked it. So it was my favorite. What I think was the best live action remake, Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, I haven't.
They did very phenomenal.
I haven't
with
seen
Beauty
that
and the
one.
Beast.
I should see it, but I'm really against musicals. Yeah.
That's like
it's
every Disney movie.
Every time they were singing in the Little Mermaid, I was like falling asleep. And I had my fiance. I can say fiance now. My fiance was like elbowing me to wake up. But I think for me personally, I think the best one is Aladdin. Aladdin was like.
Aladdin was a good one
really
too.
Good.
You gotta see Beauty and the Beast.
I
Beauty and the Beast was very well done, and it wasn't my favorite, but I think it was the most well done.
Yeah. All right, let's jump back.
Anyways,
let's jump back.
we just got completely
Let's
off
jump back,
topic.
yeah.
But you know what? We've expanded to all movies. So did we really get off topic? I don't know.
We didn't had a transition from.
We didn't have a transition. We just.
I don't even remember what was the last thing we talked about before we jump into.
I don't know how we got to Little Mermaid. Oh, I know. No, I don't know. I remember we were talking about the box office, and somehow we got to Little Mermaid.
I think that was it.
I got some questions for you now.
Are we back to the Flash?
They're just general questions. So, my first question is, this one kind of has to do with the Spider-Verse. Do you think, look, even after Into the Spider-Verse, we got Morbius, Venom, lots of other Sony movies that aren't that good, but we have Across the Spider-Verse, which is arguably one of the greatest movies of all time, at least animated movies. Do you think Sony is redeemed?
Okay, you can also say this for DreamWorks, because
DreamWorks has always been good. Don't hate on DreamWorks.
No.
Don't hate on
DreamWorks. Like
DreamWorks.
Kung Fu Panda and How
There.
to Train Your Dragon and Shrek.
That's like all of DreamWorks.
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly my point. What about Turbo? What about I don't know. There's so many other crappy movies in DreamWorks, but the good outweighs the bad.
Yep.
That's my point. So you can also say the same thing for Sony, that the good, yet again, they only have by themselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good movies. Well, no. 1, 2, 4. They have 4 movies that are really good, that fans themselves have put those movies in their list so high that makes Sony good, which is Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Into the Spider-Verse, and Across the Spider-Verse. Those 4 movies are the pedestal of Sony. Yet again, they got The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Morbius, Venom, and Venom Let There Be Carnage. That's 5 movies. They got 9 movies, and more than half is bad.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yeah, they're redeemed. They're the best studio ever to create the masterpiece that Across the Spider-Verse is.
The best ever.
Oh yeah, you made a point.
Well, we also have some other stuff. I was just looking at. They're also coming out with Gran Turismo, which actually looks pretty good. I didn't grow. I mean, I grew up on Gran Turismo, but I didn't really play it. I was more of a. What's the other racing game called?
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed guy, just because I like breaking rules, and Gran Turismo, you had to like follow the rules. But what were you gonna say though?
You made a point on the episode, because I did hear the episode. I wasn't in it. I did hear it. Oh my god! It just went bye. It literally just left. My thoughts just went by.
I made a point, and the last thing we talked about when you were gonna say that was you said, "F yeah, Sony's redeemed."
Oh my god! I completely forgot. I'm about to off myself.
Well, this is the end of our podcast. I'm kidding. Well, let's see if Messi figures it out. But if he doesn't, we'll just.
let's retrace our steps. Let me see if I can remember what I was gonna say. You made a good point in the episode, but oh my god, what were we talking about? We were talking about
Sony being redeemed.
I completely forgot. Whatever.
And you said they made 4 good movies and they made 5 bad movies. And you said, F yeah.
I completely forgot.
Well, he forgot. So we're just going to keep on moving on. I got more questions for you. These are like, I guess, rapid fire questions. Go. Maybe they're not really rapid fire. Who would win in a fight, The Flash or Superman?
Superman.
Really?
I think Superman will beat him. Superman, no. I think Superman is fast enough to catch him.
He's fast enough, but not as fast as the Flash.
Correct. He's not as fast as the Flash. He's not as fast as the Flash, but he's not as strong.
Right, but the Flash can do a lot of different tricks.
What, lightning?
His speed, lightning. He can grab kryptonite from halfway across the world and then stick it up his ass.
Then anybody could be Batman. I mean Superman.
He can go back in time.
He can go back.
Superman can't go back in time.
He can go back in time. Do what? He was an indestructible baby. He was Superman as a baby. He was a super baby. What is he gonna do? Drown him?
He'll go into his.
He can't. No,
yes,
he can't. No.
Yes, he can.
No.
Yes, he can.
I think Superman will beat him. For sure.
I don't know about that one. I think Flash would win, but whatever.
Let's go back to Justice League. That scene on when he comes back from the dead, and they're all trying to stop him, and they can't.
That's because that Flash was not that good at that moment in time. He was like baby Flash, really.
But you're saying he can go back in time and destroy baby Superman?
I'm not talking about Zack Snyder's Flash. I'm talking about a fully actualized Flash versus a fully actualized Superman. Because that Superman has been Superman for like years. That Flash just became Flash, so it's not really a fair fight.
I'm gonna look it up. Okay, what's your next question?
Okay, my next question. Indiana Jones is about to come out. It comes out at the end of the month, June 30th. And Indiana Jones is a very popular franchise. People grew up with these movies. They've made a lot of money. And yeah, Harrison Ford's coming back with this CGI that's going to make him look younger. However, Harrison Ford was also part of another franchise, arguably a more popular franchise, and that's Star Wars. But just because the franchise is more popular doesn't mean his character is more popular. So my question to you is, do you think Harrison Ford, whenever he passes away or whatever it is, he gets old, stops acting, do you think Harrison Ford will be remembered most for Indiana Jones's character or Han Solo?
What can be both?
No, you get remembered for one play.
Why
you get
can't
remembered
be
for one
both?
thing.
I think he is a very rememberable actor as both. Like you mentioned Harrison Ford, and both roles come up in the question. Han Solo is Harrison Ford. Indiana Jones is Harrison Ford. Me personally, I have never seen a single movie of Indiana Jones. But yet again, he's Indiana Jones. Me personally, I will say Han Solo because I've seen Star Wars many times. I'll say Han Solo for me, but I think he'll be remembered as both.
I think he gets remembered for Indiana Jones.
Maybe. I wouldn't be mad about that.
Here's why. Here's why. Star Wars is a big franchise where we just continue on expanding and expanding and expanding. However, let's be real. The originals, the OGs are the OGs. But Han Solo's not the main character. You know, he's not one of...
He's one of the main characters.
But he's not. He's not like.
is.
He's not Anakin level. He's not Obi-Wan level. You know what I mean? He's just a very good, memorable character. Indiana Jones. He's the main character. Like, he is the Anakin of Star Wars in Indiana Jones. He's the main character. There could be other main characters. I don't really watch Indiana Jones, but there could be other main characters. But he is the main character. There's only one Indiana Jones. There's only ever been one Indiana Jones. It's not like James Bond where there's a million James Bonds. So, I think he gets remembered for Indiana Jones more. I think he'll be remembered for both. But I think if he could only be remembered for one, it would be Indiana Jones.
Maybe, because I guess your point could be valid, that he's the character instead of, well, the main character instead of a group of main characters. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out 50 years from today when we're old and it's like, hey, do you remember Harrison Ford? And then whatever movie comes up first, that's the one that stuck the landing.
Yep. And then we'll go back to this episode in 2023. Did you look it up if Flash or Superman will win?
It says it really depends on the fighting because it.
Yeah, I figured.
In a race,
Well, yeah,
Flash
obviously.
will win. But which Flash are we talking about? Barry Allen Flash or Wally West Flash?
Barry Allen
Barry
Flash.
will now win. Wally would. Yeah, Wally is OP as heck. He is super OP. But in order for the Superman to win, he will have to catch him off guard. He will have to catch the Flash off guard.
Okay, here's a quick question. I got it. You're right. I got a quick question because this just came to my mind, and I just want to know. I don't want to go on for super long, but I do want to know. Not Miles. Wally West is basically the Miles Morales of Flashes. We're getting a lot of Miles Moraleses in this time period right now. Do you think at some point it'll be the same for Wally West?
I thought
where Wally West takes a center stage.
I thought they were gonna do that in the CW Flash because they introduced Wally. Wally gets powers, and then he does a bunch of stuff that's remotely better than the Flash. He doesn't get as fast, but he was getting there. I thought they were gonna do that. I thought that he was gonna continue in the show, maybe like a spin-off of just Wally just doing his own thing. But the actor, I guess, didn't want to do that, and he just left, and then he only will come back for any special occasions. But I honestly would love to see Wally become his own thing. But obviously, they have to have established a Flash first. You can't have Wally without Flash. So
right.
Whenever they're gonna do that, I don't know.
And that's why I'm asking the question, because I also think the Flash isn't as established in movies and shows, but in movies the same way Spider-Man has been established in movies for 20 plus years.
That's why they're doing the Miles Morales stuff. Miles Morales is now an animated. He has his own movies on animated form. He has a home video game. He's gonna be on Spider-Man 2. I think on Spider-Man 2, he's gonna be as close as the main character as Peter Parker. Like, he's not gonna be just a side character. He's gonna be as close as Peter Parker being the main character. And
quick point to that. If no one noticed, there was an Easter egg where I forgot his best friend's name.
Janky.
But Janky was playing a PS5 in
the movie
Across the Spider-Verse, and he was playing Spider-Man 2. So Janky played Spider-Man 2 before all of us.
Freaking bastard.
Just wanted to point that out.
Freaking bastard. I don't remember what I was just gonna say.
Well, that's fine because I'm back on camera. If I ever disappeared, who knows? But I got two more questions for you before we end this podcast. First question. They said Across the Spider-Verse, arguably one of the best animated films of all time, if not the best animated film of all time. Do you think it is the best animated film of all time? And if not, what is?
Okay. I used to watch a lot of animated movies growing up. Would this be a if I was a kid, would this be part of those movies? Maybe, because Spider-Man is superheroes. But I could say yes to the part being like the best animated movie. For me personally, would not, because I love Shrek 2. I think Shrek 2 is like the best thing God created on this earth.
Shrek 2?
I love Shrek 2. I love Shrek 1 and 2 in Spanish. Oh my god.
In Spanish?
In Spanish.
I've never heard it
You
in Spanish.
have to see this movie in Spanish. Is oh my god, it's so good. But yet again, those are me as
There's
kids.
no movies that are no English movies that are good in Spanish.
Shrek is. Shrek is. Trust me, Shrek is. Shrek is awesome. But me as an adult, comparing everything else, I think it is. I think this Across the Spider-Verse is arguably the best animated movie out there. And there's some great movies out there. There are animated.
Look, yeah, we all know that the actual greatest animated movie of all time is Kung Fu Panda.
I was gonna say
1,
that.
which is
I was gonna say that. Kung Fu Panda is.
it's a cinematic masterpiece, and it should be the highest rated IMDb movie of all time.
I was gonna say.
Animated.
I was gonna
movies.
say Kung Fu Panda, but I think Shrek has a higher for me.
Shrek 2 is
Shrek
good.
is-
Shrek 2 is
I love
very,
Shrek
very
2.
good.
I can watch it every day. It's so good.
It's really good. One more thing before I go into my last question. It was really cool because I know we didn't get to talk about this. I don't know if I talked about this with Two Black Nerds podcast, but it's really cool seeing a lot of his mom in this movie because there was a lot of Spanish culture that was shown and dialogue that I don't know about you, but at least my mom has said to me multiple times. So like she'll say certain dialogue. I'm like, yep. My mom's definitely said that, or like my family, aunts, grandmas, whatever, have definitely like acted like that or done that. It just felt, a representation of our culture in the same way Miles and he's a representation of the black culture. So it was really cool seeing, Spanish
Yeah, I think there was way more Spanish on this one than the second one.
a lot more.
And I was gonna, because obviously not everybody speaks Spanish. I was wondering why they didn't put subtitles when she was speaking in Spanish. For those people,
You're right. There was no subtitles. I understood. I don't know about all the white people that I live around because I'm in Texas, but yeah, it was interesting. So my last question is: there is a lot of celebrities, like non-active celebrities, coming into movies and TV shows now. We saw it in The Mandalorian. With Lizzo, we saw it with Becky G is now confirmed to be in Blue Beetle as a certain actor. I don't remember not as a certain actor, but as a certain character. I don't remember the character, but Becky G is going to be in there, who is a music artist. We have plenty of other music artists in the movie and TV shows that recently, at least in the past decade-ish. Yeah. Do you think? Do you like that? Do you like non-actors being in movies?
Not
or do you think it's
everyone can be J-Lo? Not everyone can be J-Lo. And I mean that in my honest answer. And what I mean by that is, as y'all know, J-Lo is a beautiful actress and a beautiful singer. She does both, and she does awesome on both. Not everybody can be like that. Obviously, there's actors and singers who do both. Like Ice Cube. Ice Cube.
Yeah, Ice Cube is pretty good.
He's a great rapper. And again, he's also a good actor as well.
Kevin Hart, a comedian and a pretty good actor.
Yeah, pretty good. Really.
Not a great actor, but like he's pretty funny.
Yeah. But with the Lizzo, specifically Lizzo, I didn't mind it, but I wasn't really a big fan of it. Like, why? Why?
I mean, it happens all the time. We see Post Malone in
Yeah.
movies. We see, I mean, even Dwayne Johnson wasn't an actor at some point. He was a wrestler. But so there's just, but now he's like an actor now. But anyways, but we're talking like people that are full-time non-actors going into these movies for a cameo or something like that, which is, or for a certain character of a movie, and then they never do a movie again. But I don't know. I think it's just not that good.
To answer your question, again, nobody can be J-Lo. That's like,
You're right.
But
Nobody can be J-Lo.
with the exception of doing the cameo right, not doing the cameo just to do the cameo because this person wants to be in the movie and it's done wrong.
Which is how it is most of the time.
But when it lands,
It's just because the person wants to be in a movie, and they just show up.
but when it lands, it's good. It makes the movie good. It makes it like, okay, there's a cool cameo. Okay, Bad Bunny on Bullet Train. He is not a well-known actor. He's a freaking singer.
Yeah.
But yet again, his cameo on Bullet Train was good. It wasn't like, oh my god, Bad Bunny's in the movie. Like, I didn't think about it like that. It's like, okay, this Latin Mexican dude is getting revenge on Brad Pitt. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
For something. I forgot what happened. But the Lizzo thing, it was very obvious. Like, why is Lizzo here? Why is he? So it really depends if it lands good.
I also think about this. Well, I just thought about this, so I wouldn't say think. But I also thought about this is getting into the acting world is hard as hell. It's if not the hardest thing to do, to like come up as unless you grew up in that world, like you had family that you got passed down. Just me being a normal person, going through high school and then college, acting school, whatever it is, going to New York, Broadway, all that stuff, to actually get to being in movies and shows is one of the hardest things to do in life. And people work hard as hell to get there. And people work hard as hell to get into the music industry or whatever celebrity industry that they're in. But that's your industry. So now you're taking other people's jobs that worked really hard for that. Actors and actresses that worked really hard to get to the movie and TV industry, and you're basically taking their job just because you got fame. I
don't see it like that. I mean, I think that's more darker than the actual true nature of it, I guess. I don't think it's that deep, to be honest. Like taking people's jobs, or are we Mexicans now? Taking the white people's job. That's a joke. Don't at me.
We're Hispanic, so we can make Hispanic jokes.
Well, I am.
Maybe. I'm Hispanic.
Bro.
I'm 100% Puerto Rican. Hey. I don't know what this symbol was. This was actually an X. That made no sense. But it was a gang sign. No, it wasn't.
Shut up. But yeah, I don't think it's that deep in the sense that like they're stealing jobs. But like I said, if it lands good, it landed. But if it's not, then it will make it obvious, and then that person will not come up. Jared Leto, that's a very good example. Jared Leto he's in a band. He's a very famous band. 30 Seconds to Mars. It's a very well-known band. Yet again, his acting is high, but yet again, his movies they're not. He's mostly the worst actor in the movie. It didn't land it right. Stick to singing, bro. You're an awesome singer. Stick to it. Don't don't jump ship. Like if the actor, the artist or celebrity does it right, it's good. I don't mind it, but.
Well, that's all I have. If you have it, I don't know if you have anything else.
I don't have any questions, but I would like to say, next episode will be our Flash reaction.
You're right. Our Flash spoiler-filled reaction, which will That's our next episode. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit. However, by the time this podcast comes out, maybe you don't have to wait that long. So listen to this. If you haven't listened to our Across the Spider-Verse spoiler-filled episode with two black nerds, it was super fun. Even though Messi was not in it because he's lame, us three had a blast. So you can go listen to that. And yeah, if you want to find me on Instagram, you can find me at Dating42 with 3 N's because 2 was taken. Let me know you're not a weirdo, and I'll accept your friend request. Or you can go to this guy. This jabroni.
Over here. You can follow me on Instagram at Messi.17_. Like Danny said, let us know who you are so we can keep talking about this. But if you don't want to follow us individually, you can always follow us on Unqualified Heroes on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, not Snapchat, but on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcast to listen to the episode. Share, comment, and let us know what you think about Across the Spider-Verse. What's your rating? We loved the movie. We cannot wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse. The cliffhanger of that movie was crazy. But the Flash movie is coming up next week. And that's going to take the throne of the month. We'll see. Oh my... Wait. Before we continue.
We'll see.
This summer, oh my God. So many movies are coming out. I'm going to be broke as heck.
This summer is making me broke.
So many movies. Oppenheimer. Oh my God. I cannot wait for this.
Oppenheimer.
The Barbie movie.
Barbie.
Oh my God.
Barbie looking good.
Oh my God.
I didn't mean that in a weird way.
You did mean it in a weird way. You love Wolf of Wall Street, don't you?
It had double meaning, but I originally intended it was not in a weird way. Barbie.
Was it Ninja Turtles coming this summer?
Ninja Turtles is this summer. There's a lot.
We're
Point is,
talking about all these movies.
Be ready for all our spoiler-filled reaction episodes because we got a lot coming, and we also got surprise guests from all over the nerd universe, and we're also going to be guests on some of theirs, to even some repeating guests that some special guys that we've had. So be ready for that. Unqualified Heroes.